At the 1931 Academy Awards, a 9-year-old boy made Hollywood history. He was nominated for Best Actor, setting a record that stood unchallenged for over 90 years. But while the industry celebrated him, the boy himself was completely uninterested in the glamour. Mid-ceremony, he simply curled up in the lap of the Best Actress winner and fell fast asleep. That boy was Jackie Cooper. With his tousled blonde hair, a naturally pouty lower lip, and an uncanny ability to cry on cue, he became known universally as America's boy. His fame in the 1930s reached an incredible scale. He commanded $50 a week, a massive sum during the Great Depression, and enjoyed full star treatment at MGM. He had his own fan club, dedicated newspaper columns, and personal meetings with global figures like President Franklin D. Roosevelt and aviator Charles Lindbergh. Yet underneath this highly profitable public image, the studio system was actively dismantling his right to a normal life. There was no roller skating, no solitary bike rides, and no unstructured play. He was treated strictly as a precious corporate asset. The darkest moment of this commodification happened during the filming of the 1931 movie Skippy. The director, who also happened to be Jackie's uncle, demanded raw, authentic tears for a crucial emotional scene. To get that reaction, the crew orchestrated a deeply cruel trick. They told the young boy that an armed guard had just shot his beloved pet dog off set. Jackie broke down into hysterical, uncontrollable sobbing. The tears were captured perfectly on film. But once the director yelled cut, the adults burst into laughter, revealing the ruse. The 9-year-old was so distressed by the betrayal that a doctor had to be called in to administer a sedative. The exploitation extended far beyond a single on-set trick. For over a decade, the studio and his mother secretly diverted $100 of his weekly earnings to support the father who had abandoned him at age 2. As Jackie grew older, the studio even went to the physical extreme of shaving his leg hair to artificially prolong his marketability. But biological reality always wins. By the time Jackie turned 14, his voice dropped and he grew taller. The studio executives decided his natural aging process was no longer profitable, and MGM abruptly terminated his contract. When a child's deepest emotional trauma is orchestrated for ticket sales, and they are promptly discarded the moment puberty hits, the path forward is notoriously perilous. The lingering question becomes how to survive that rejection without becoming another tragic Hollywood statistic. Cooper's primary survival mechanism was a complete physical and professional exit from the Hollywood ecosystem. When World War II broke out, it provided an unexpected escape route. He enlisted in the United States Navy, deploying for active service across remote, isolated bases in the South Pacific Theater. This environment offered something the movie sets never did. The military was highly structured, and his value there was judged entirely on discipline, competence, and merit. It had absolutely nothing to do with his box office draw.
The results of this shift were concrete. He built a legitimate career in the reserves, eventually rising to the high rank of captain and earning the prestigious Legion of Merit for his service. The Navy supplied Cooper with a firm foundation of personal agency and commanding authority. He learned how to lead and how to be respected, qualities the studio system had actively denied him. Returning to civilian life presented a new hurdle. Hollywood had very few adult roles waiting for former child stars, and Cooper found himself relegated to low-budget films with little prospect for advancement. Instead of accepting defeat, he executed a tactical pivot. He took control of his career trajectory by moving to New York to perform live theater on Broadway, which soon led him into the rapidly expanding world of early television anthologies. By the 1960s and 70s, Cooper had completely repositioned himself as an industry authority. He became a major television executive, shaping programming at Screen Gems, and earned critical acclaim directing hit shows like MASH and The White Shadow. He even returned to the big screen in a role that demanded respect, playing the gruff, authoritative Daily Planet editor Perry White in the Christopher Reeve Superman films. Through these calculated career moves, Cooper systematically dismantled his past identity. He transitioned from a highly manipulated prop on a soundstage into the very architect making the rules behind the camera. Cooper's ultimate victory extended beyond his own professional survival. He actively sought to change the working conditions for the next generation of young actors.
As a director, he developed a highly specific casting philosophy. He deliberately chose inexperienced, natural kids for his projects, advocating fiercely for their right to maintain a real childhood. He flatly rejected the polished, overworked studio kid model that he had been forced into. This protective instinct carried over into his private life as well. On his family property, Cooper dedicated his time to sheltering retired and injured horses. He refused to abandon these living creatures once they were past their peak physical usefulness, standing in direct contrast to how the Hollywood machine treated aging child actors. Cooper took his own history of exploitation and used it as a functional blueprint for empathy. He became a fierce protector of the vulnerable, ensuring others wouldn't face the same discard pile he once did. Yet, despite the Emmy Awards, the military honors, and a stable family life, the original wounds inflicted by his early Hollywood years never entirely vanished. When he published his autobiography in 1981, he laid bare the lingering bitterness of his youth. He titled the book, "Please Don't Shoot My Dog," cementing the lifelong impact of that single, cruel afternoon on the Skippy set. A stolen childhood can never truly be reclaimed or replaced. But Jackie Cooper's life proves that the cycle of exploitation doesn't have to end in tragedy, so long as a person actively chooses agency and extends empathy to those who follow.